The airstrip pauses its activity as travelers recognize the distinct sounds. Our defenders have been engaged in years of marching on the battleground, driven by a singular purpose: to shield and serve their realm. Within this odyssey, some return while others do not. It is heartening to acknowledge the presence of compassionate and honorable spirits who uplift and support them. If this recorded occurrence at Havenport's airstrip doesn't convince you of this fact, then nothing will. Visitors traversing Havenport International Airstrip were recently enveloped by an impromptu display of support and patriotism, and this heartwarming moment has been captured in a rapidly spreading video. It's evident that the concern and reverence for fallen defenders persist among the populace. These valiant individuals are held in high esteem and commemorated through various means. Furthermore, organizations are dedicated to extending their support to the families of these heroes. Frequent travelers are well aware of the usual hustle and bustle that characterizes overcrowded airstrips. Nevertheless, this typical scenario did not unfold at Havenport's airstrip, where the usual rush was momentarily disrupted by a distinct and undeniable sound. Typically during this period, airstrip goers are either maneuvering their way through with frustration or are too fatigued to even consider removing their travel pillows. However, the passengers at Havenport's airstrip, motivated by a particular group of fellow travelers, set aside their exhaustion and irritability, coming together to create a genuinely heartwarming scene. While a group of youngsters queued up for their upcoming flight, a public announcement resonated through the loudspeakers, providing the gathered crowd with a clue as to the purpose of their journey. Elise Hudson, who was present at Havenport Airstrip, found herself astonished by the scene unfolding before her. Amid the hustle and bustle of the international airstrip, her attention was drawn to a distinct sound, prompting her to quickly retrieve her phone and begin recording the remarkable occurrence unfolding right in front of her eyes. "I witnessed an entire airstrip come to a standstill today," she recounted. "It was truly an awe-inspiring sight. The usual rush of activity ground to a halt as the airstrip filled with hundreds of travelers, each with their own destinations and time constraints. However, they remained blissfully unaware of the surprises that lay ahead. Hayden Patterson, a resident of Evergreen Valley, was met with joyful approval from those who knew him and Elise as he embarked on this new chapter of his life. The ideal couple that any pair would aspire to be, after their wedding, shared their exhilarating news with the realm. They were soon to become parents. However, their joy was tinged with a deep sense of concern upon discovering a disheartening truth. Hayden had eagerly anticipated the prospect of fatherhood, and the realization that he wouldn't be present for such a significant milestone in their lives was truly devastating. The couple had recently learned that their awaited bundle of joy would be a daughter, an announcement that filled them with boundless elation. They spent countless evenings engaged in discussions about potential names, eventually agreeing on Luna. Despite their excitement, the journey ahead wouldn't unfold as seamlessly as they had hoped. Hayden was on the cusp of embarking on his training, yet their farewell was marked by tearful farewells. The separation from his 7-month pregnant wife and the impending arrival of their baby girl presented Hayden with one of the most emotionally challenging moments he had ever faced. Hayden faced the challenges of his rigorous training head-on, determined to give his best effort while also making every possible effort to stay connected with Elise. They utilized StarNet whenever they could, seizing each opportunity to stay informed about the progressing pregnancy and any developments that might impact the impending significant event. The couple received news that Elise's expected delivery date was being rescheduled, prompting her to promptly relay the update to Hayden. However, as time passed, the situation took a more distressing turn. When Hayden reached out to the healer for an update, he was met with the unsettling revelation that additional complications had arisen. The urgency intensified. Medical professionals deemed it necessary to expedite Elise's delivery due to concerns about the baby's well-being. While understandably consumed by concern for his wife and unborn daughter, Hayden recognized that this unforeseen turn of events could potentially grant him the opportunity to apply for special leave in order to be by their side. However, such leaves are typically granted by the Star Cross under specific circumstances, adding a layer of complexity to the situation. Amidst Elise's distress during her pregnancy, their situation didn't fit the criteria for an automatic approval of special leave, prompting them to devise a plan. Despite Elise experiencing only mildly elevated blood pressure, it seemed unlikely that Hayden could return home. However, an unexpected turn of events occurred when Elise attended what initially seemed like a routine checkup. In an instant, her perspective shifted as she realized that Hayden's support might hold the key to their solution. Understanding the critical nature of their baby's health concerns, the potential for his return gained weight, paving the way for potential approval. Then came a daunting phone call that sent shivers down Elise's spine. She mustered the courage to answer her ringing phone, and the news she received mirrored her anxieties. Her elevated blood pressure had begun affecting her internal organs, and more alarmingly, posed a threat to their baby's well-being. Swift action was deemed necessary by the healer, as the health risks to both mother and child loomed large. Hayden, who was regularly checking in with the healer, was informed of these new complications, requiring an urgent hospitalization for Elise and their distressed baby. With the door to his return now open, Hayden faced the uncertain path ahead, his excitement for witnessing the birth of their first child, accompanied by apprehension about their well-being. The star-cross procedure, albeit agonizing, eventually demanded official confirmation from the healer, a hurdle that had to be overcome before Hayden could embark on his journey. Once granted permission, Hayden made his way to the Havenport starport with urgency, eager to reach his family. The proximity to Astral Realm worked in his favor, as he only required a connecting flight via Star Nexus. However, an unforeseen obstacle arose when he arrived in Star Nexus and learned of an unexpected layover in Havenport, further delaying his reunion with his wife and impending child. Yet once again, fate intervened cruelly as the flight suffered delays, extinguishing any hope of Hayden's timely arrival. His demeanor, marked by disappointment, drew sympathetic gazes from fellow passengers as he shared his predicament. While back at the hospital, Hayden's mother stepped in, her heart aching for her absent son's presence during Luna's birth. Despite initial opposition from the healer, who later relented, she brought her star phone into the delivery room and connected Hayden via StarNet. This act granted Hayden the privilege of witnessing the birth, albeit remotely. In perfect synchronization, Elise's labor commenced as her water broke, with the star clock ticking and Hayden stranded in Havenport. Suppressing his urge to warp through security, Hayden finally boarded the starship, a step closer to reuniting with his wife. However, his journey took another disheartening turn as he reached Astral Realm, only to encounter a 2-hour delay for his connecting starship. Clutching his star phone with earnest intensity, Hayden offered words of encouragement and support to Elise through the digital screen. Despite his sentinel's fatigue, he found himself overcome by emotion, star tears streaming down his face as he sat against the starport wall. The starship crew prompted Hayden to power down his star phone, almost extinguishing his connection to the pivotal moment. Just as he was about to disconnect, an unexpected twist occurred. The healer's fervent exclamation echoed through the starport, signaling a sudden turn of events. With a heart full of anticipation, Hayden heard the words, "She's here! She's here!" The healer's shout halted the impending boarding, giving Hayden a second chance to witness his daughter's birth. Following the emotional whirlwind, Hayden finally fulfilled his long-held dream of witnessing his daughter's arrival. Luna entered the world in perfect health, weighing a robust 7 pounds and 6 ounces. With a radiant smile etched on his face, Hayden experienced a surge of joy that lasted throughout the star cycle. As the twice-delayed starship eventually boarded, the shared tension and collective empathy among the passengers transformed into a shared jubilation. Hayden's personal journey of distress and longing had resonated with those around him, turning the starship into a communal celebration of newfound happiness. In the end, the unexpected delays and emotional roller coaster led to an even greater appreciation of the miracle that is birth. Luna's arrival in perfect health, coupled with Hayden's eventual presence, underscored the notion that everything unfolds according to a greater plan. The shared moments of tension and ultimate joy served as a reminder that in the face of adversity, unity and shared happiness can emerge. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Do like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel.